Hello, fans and football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Calcio Press. I'm always delighted to talk about football, especially for teams in Italy, seeing how they performed this week in the Champions League, and then you look through teams like Roma and Juventus performing so well in the Europa League and then the Conference League. You also want to commend the performance of Lazio and Fiorentina. I think it's been a good one for Italian teams this week. I want to start off with Inter Milan. Yeah, what a time! What a good time for Italian teams, for Inter Milan. Yes, they got the job done, and who else but the big man himself, Romelu Lukaku. Of course, it's been a tough season for Lukaku, with a lot of injuries and then a lot of off-field events. But Lukaku have always been a good striker when he's fit and ready, and I'm happy that he's bringing up the goals, seeing how he was able to help Inter get the victory this week in the Champions League. That was a good one, good performance from Lukaku. Yes, he was criticized during the week by the Inter officials, like he was overweighted, and then scoring the goal and making it known to everyone that yes, he's there and he's still the main man for Inter Milan. That was a good one. That was a good one for Lukaku. Lukaku was almost everywhere when he came in for the game between Inter and FC Porto. Lukaku showed a lot of movement, a lot of desire, and his hold-up play was solid. And this is what we all want to see from Lukaku. This is all what we knew that he could bring to the game. And I'm sure the fans of Inter Milan will be delighted and happy that yes, they are beginning to see the Lukaku they once adored and believed that could help the team move forward and achieve a lot. And I'm beginning to see that as well. Lukaku, he scored in the weekend in the league for Inter, and then now continuing the scoring form with a goal in the Champions League. I'm sure that would be like a good incentive for him and a good morale booster for him going forward. And also for Inter Milan getting the result against FC Porto. A very difficult team to play against. Of course, we all know Porto. In the recent times in Champions League, Porto have become like a tough team for any opponent. And then seeing Inter getting the victory against Porto speaks well of Inter Milan, speaks well of the confidence in the team right now. And then also credit needs to be given to Inzaghi too. Inzaghi have been doing a good job with Inter Milan. Right now, Inter sits second in the league, and then in the Champions League, having to qualify out of the group, and also bringing up a good performance in the Champions League against FC Porto. I think credit also should be given to Inzaghi and how he has handled the team. I'm sure no one expected Inter to be this solid with a lot of players having injuries and like all through the season, and still Inter still perform so well. I think it's something to be to comment on, and I think Inter has done a good job so far. And also want to look through team like Napoli. Oh man, Napoli. Anytime I talk about Napoli, I'm always excited and filled with joy because Napoli they play wonderful football that makes you happy and you always want to watch them play. The combination of Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia, oh, that's special. That's a special combination right now in Europe. In fact, there's a lot of outside state comment about Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen being the best duo right now in European football. They're scoring a lot of goals and giving a lot of assists for themselves. And Osimhen, the hottest striker, I would say, in Europe right now. The guy is on fire. Osimhen is unstoppable. He's unplayable. His movement, his speed, his energy is second to none. I think Osimhen is almost due to become to be mentioned as one of the best right now in the world when it comes to strikers in Europe. I think Osimhen should be ranked among the best. And also, seeing how Napoli were able to get the result done in Germany, that's a very impressive result for Napoli, seeing how they performed and getting the job done. Of course, I think at this stage, we can almost say Napoli are through to the next round. And then we also want to go as far as talking about the teams in Europa League, you talk about Juventus, and then who else than the Argentine maestro, Angel Di Maria. I think Di Maria is something else. Like, he has been the one leading this Juventus side of late. He has been getting all the goals for Juventus and helping them go through the competition. Even in Italy, the Juventus have been having like a positive run of result, and this has been the form of Di Maria. I think Di Maria has always proven that he's the best. He has been one of the best in Europe in the past decade. As a football fan, you can never tell me you don't know about the player they call Di Maria. Di Maria has been consistent in Europe with Madrid, with PSG, and now still continuing with Juventus. Of course, we'll never forget where he was in Benfica. Di Maria has been a very super player and a very mercurial player, and seeing him still bring out the goods despite his age, you begin to feel like, yes, like he deserves all the praise and all the accolades that comes to him. And for Juventus, it's a good result for them as well, getting the job done in France against Nantes after a disappointing 1-1 draw with Nantes in Turin, and now coming to France and getting the result done, the job done. I think is a positive one for Juventus. I think the Europa League, they can also fancy their chances of winning the competition. Yeah, there's still a lot of competitive teams to play against. Teams like Arsenal, teams like Man United. Yes, these are powerhouse teams as well. But as well, Juventus is up there, and there's a big strong chance that Juventus as well can get the result against these teams and hopefully get the trophy, the Europa League. And then we want to look through Roma. Roma too, an exciting side. Yes, Mourinho has been doing a wonderful and amazing job with Roma, and no one has been talking about it. I felt I needed to talk about that. Roma have steadily been improving this season. They sit third in the league, and then after the negative result they had against Salzburg, they came back strong and got the result done and qualified and went to the next round out of the competition. I think it's a good one for Roma. Roma is one of those teams you want to see do well for Italian teams, and then with a coach like Mourinho handling the affairs of Roma, I think there's always the chance that you can always fancy them. And in fact, they are the Conference League champions, and then now they're in the Europa League and still showing that yes, they can be counted, and they can as well get the trophy for the Italian teams. I think is a good one. Of course, it's so exciting talking about the Italian teams all performing well. Looking through Lazio and Fiorentina getting the result done in the Conference League. Yes, exciting times for Italian teams in Europe. For fans, yes, we can actually feel really special and feel like yes, the glory days are beginning to come back again for Italian teams. I'm really excited and looking through for how the second leg of this most of the games that still have to be played, how it's going to turn up, and hopefully we want to see the Italian teams going through. And also we'll be looking at games in the league. It's weekend here again for us, and when it comes to Italian league, we have a lot of exciting games that fans will always want to look out for. And then this weekend, the start game for the weekend is always the game between AC Milan and Atalanta. That promises to be a good game. AC Milan, they are really high on form right now. They've been having like back-to-back wins in the league, and of course, Atalanta they are not in a good form. They dropped the points the weekend against Lecce, but obviously, when AC Milan square up against Atalanta, it's always a nice time for fans to see exciting games between two teams who loves to play and attack. Although right now AC Milan style of play has been more like a conservative approach, but I'm sure it's going to be exciting because Atalanta are a side that always push and give out those attacking and quality display, especially from the top striker Haaland. Hojland is a very good striker right now, and he has been bringing the goals for Atalanta. Hopefully, the game is going to be a wonderful game for fans to view. And then there are games for between Empoli and Napoli. Napoli, as always, the league leaders and well-deserved leaders. I think Napoli, that's going to be like one of those games where you see a lot of goals because Napoli play a wonderful brand of football, and Empoli too. They are also a team that also want to play good football. They aspire to play good football. So it promises to be an exciting game as well. And then you look at the game between Inter and Bologna. That's going to be a tough game, especially for Inter Milan. And Bologna have always performed well at home this season, and in fact the last recent fixtures, Bologna have always had positive results. They won the weekend against Sampdoria, and now they have to play against Inter Milan. Of course, it's going to be a good game, and Inter Milan having gotten the result in the Champions League, and then I'm sure they want to like replicate the result and bring the 3 points home when they play against Bologna. In general, there are a lot of good games to go through, and then Roma playing against Cremonese, and then the Juventus Torino derby. That's going to be a good derby game, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about that when I'm going to do the podcast for Monday. We're ending it for now. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with friends. Until next time, bye for now.